Hi everyone, I'm very unfortunately filming this video on eyesight today because I forgot my battery pack at home. So today we are talking about body image and body image issues, and that is such a huge topic in relation to feminism, in relation to Hannah and I, and so it's only going to be a very brief overview, a very brief idea of things, but this can be a conversation that continues to happen and an ongoing thing on PersonsTwo. We're obviously going to find more things we're going to want to talk about on this subject. First of all, I want to give a huge thank you to Hannah for sharing some really personal stories on Tuesday and personal experience, and I'm really proud of you, and I'm so glad that you shared. I think it was really brave of you to be able to put your story out there. Body image and self-esteem is such a huge issue for so many young girls and women, and I think it's so important to talk about. We're never good enough. We never look the way that we're supposed to or dress the way we're supposed to. And there's this huge expectation that is so unattainable for the things that we're supposed to wear or, the way we're supposed to look. And it's so difficult to ever be able to achieve that because so often the images that we're seeing are people that are not even real. It seems like no matter what you do, there's always going to be one person who's skinnier than you or prettier than you or more talented than you, and it's like a never-ending cycle of constantly being compared to other women and not ever feeling like you're good enough. Women are so often expected to fit into such particular molds because mainstream media offers us very specific tropes and specific personalities and body types and skin color and hairstyle that we're supposed to fit and follow these role models into those categories. Being ashamed of your body and wanting to make it look like something it's not and package it in a way that society deems acceptable is huge, and it's so pervasive. We never hear anyone in our lives really talking about how much they love their body. When was the last time you got together with a group of women and you all stood around and complimented yourself on, I love my hips, I love my thighs, I love the way my dimples look? That just seems to not happen because it's so taboo to talk about, loving yourself and feeling like your body is something that's worthy. This reminds me of like one of the most interesting scenes from Mean Girls where they're all standing around the mirror and like pulling at their faces saying, my pores are huge or my nail beds suck, and then Katie's like, I have really bad breath in the morning, and they're all like, ew. But I think it's so interesting and seeing that dynamic of how women so often bond over body bashing and feeling bad about themselves. From a feminist perspective, it's super easy to be like, it's all the men that want us to look this way, and of course, people dress in a certain way often to impress the gender that they're attracted to. Of course, in basically all of the ways, it's the patriarchy that places these unrealistic expectations on women of how they need to be packaged and priced in a certain way that makes them appealing and consumable towards men who are attracted to them. That is seen as being one of your primary values as a woman is how appealing you are to a man. And this is difficult because in a lot of ways, the way that you look and the way that you act and dress, that's reinforced by peer dynamics. And so many women feel the pressure of being judged by other women on what they look like. And so I know so many women, and myself included, are always thinking, like, I should be looking a certain way because I don't want other women to think that I've, like, let myself go. Like, not being judged for whatever, not shaving, not wearing makeup, or gaining weight, or things like that. Those are all things that we've internalized and we pick out in other women to be able to, I guess, bring them down or make ourselves feel better about the way that we look because we're often so insecure about our bodies. I think what's most important out of all of that is to remember that we are all fighting the same fight and we're all going through the same struggle of not ever feeling like our bodies or what we do is good enough. We need to keep reminding ourselves and reminding each other that there's more to us than what we look like and more than what we weigh. And like Hannah mentioned on Tuesday, I think there is a growing awareness of the fact that there is so much photoshopping going on in magazines and media and makeup, and how, celebrities and models, they live by these really ridiculous diets and exercise plans that are so unrealistic for everyday people to be able to maintain. I think it's so important to raise a consciousness and say, there's nothing wrong with your body. There is nothing to be ashamed of, no matter what you look like.